I've been a player when your manager gets linked with things, and sometimes it's unsettling. I don't know if that unsettled them. As it was, we played really well on Tuesday. We lost the game, but we played really well. So it's a credit to them, really, how they performed. But look, it was a whirlwind. It's been a whirlwind week. It's been a week where, you know, I've been all up and down the country of games. I had my own game Tuesday, at the Southampton game, meeting everyone. You know, the World Cup and every little thing that possibly could happen this week. I'm just, praise the Lord, my wife's not pregnant, because literally that probably would be the most manic week you could ever imagine.
You've signed a 3.5-year contract here, which shows the commitment of the club to you and the fact that there's a project here and a process that they want to go through. How confident are you can translate your ideas, your philosophies, the success you had at Luton into a Premier League outfit?
Well, look, the lure of it was, you know, with the greatest respect, wasn't just the Premier League or Southampton with a nice stadium and beautiful training ground or anything like that. The lure was the fact that what, you know, Sport Republic want to build here is parallel to to a lot of the metrics that I do at Luton. So they were specific in that, and that was the big thing for me, to not just be in the Premier League, because you can be in the Premier League, you might not last long, but you know, and then it's not a great move. But here they wanted something specific. They want to build something specific. They looked at a lot of people, and with the greatest respect, I came out in terms of high on their list in terms of the things that they specifically wanted to build here. So that was the project. That was the lure, really. So yeah, you know, contract length is contract length. At the end of the day, you have to do good work. I know that, and if I do good work, then look, I'm sure we'll reach our goals.
What have Sport Republic said to you about the remit? You've said already in the interview you did with the club that it's not just about results. Have they said to you, you must be in the Premier League at the end of the season? Have they given you a target?
Look, we've got to get results. It's not just, what I said was, they look deeper than results. So if you win a game, you know, we debrief, so we have blocks of games where we'll debrief, and we could have won 6 games, but they look back at metrics and says, look, we've been lucky in those games. So that's what I meant by that. They're not just going to put up with any kind of result we get. What they're going to do is they're going to dissect things, and we're going to see, and that's what they want to do. They want substance. And with the greatest respect, let's address any elephant in the room. I'm not the biggest name that they could have gone for, but the substance is in the work, and that's what gave me the confidence to choose to come in here.
If you were still the Luton manager, you'd be preparing a team now to face Rotherham. You've now got 24, 48 hours to prepare a team to face Liverpool at Anfield. How does that dynamic work in your mind when you have a process and you have analysis and you do work on the training pitch? How do you get your head in that mode so quickly?
Well, look, with the greatest respect, the Rotherham game would have taken care of itself, because we were a really well-oiled machine, and it was just tweaks and certain things at Luton. Obviously, here I can't do groundbreaking work in basically a day, because yesterday we couldn't, because of the game Wednesday and the amount of people that played in the game. Yesterday was a recovery day anyway, so I only get today to work with them. So there won't be some categorical shift in how Southampton play. What it'll be is I hope an uplift in energy. I hope that, you know, that they work for the club and work for me, and if they do that, then yeah, look, it's one of the toughest places in Europe to go, Anfield, but what a great start, you know, and that's what I think you have to embrace. You can be scared by it, you can be excited by it, or you can be motivated by it, and I'm definitely one of those.
You mentioned that you've got some Southampton connections in your family. I believe it's your wife's side. Just can you confirm what they are?
Just her great-grandfather played, and then her great-grandfather played, then her grandfather obviously went to watch Southampton. For them was a massive Southampton fan, brought her dad and uncle up, and they're season ticket holders, they're here. So her brother is also a massive Southampton fan, so absolutely zero pressure, you know. And you know, the dad's given me tips last week when they play Newcastle, and they said, well, you got to do this when you go in, you got to do that. So he's been blocked. And now he has to go through the right channels just to get to me, and that's not because I'm suddenly a Premier League manager. That's because you know, I can't have that. But it's wonderful connection, you know, in terms of that. Wonderful for them, for that family. I'm now effectively the biggest Southampton fan, because my life depends on it.
And finally, from me, clearly a disappointing day for James Ward-Prowse not to be selected for Gareth Southgate's England squad. I guess, as the manager now, you've got 2 hats on. One, you're thinking, well, I'm frustrated and disappointed for him because he's a Southampton player and it would have been good for this football club. But also it means now that he's got some time to breathe and rest and work with you, because he'll be a key player for you this season.
the big thing about that is we spoke yesterday, and look, although he's bitterly disappointed, the professionalism that he showed yesterday, we spoke, was really admirable. And you can go one or two ways. You can sulk and be down, or you can use it as motivation and think, well, okay, I want to buy into this project now. And the latter was what he said to me. So I was really, really proud of his reaction. Look, I'm disappointed for him because, and again, I'm good friends with Gareth. I know Gareth and Steve done a fantastic job and stuff, but you know, James is a specialist in what he does, and you thought just on that basis alone he had a real chance. That hasn't materialised, so that's to Southampton's benefit one way. But he came to me yesterday, we spoke about it, I spoke about his role moving forward in terms of the leader he needs to be here, or I would like him to be here, the influence he can have, and obviously the influence he can have on the team in terms of playing, not just off the pitch. And he's buying into that. I mean, he's a great professional anyway. He's literally a stellar professional on all levels. So look, I don't think that'd be a problem. Yes, we will benefit from that in the long term, but I'm just disappointed because it's a dream. You know, we had at Luton, we had Tom Lockyer and Ethan Horvath, who both got selected, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And then obviously we've had two selected for the World Cup, which is a minor disruption, but for them personally and for the club on the whole, to be having World Cup international shows them in a good place.